What's up gamers, DreamcastGuy here, and I just spent the morning playing the Japanese demo for Sonic Forces. This is available on the Nintendo Switch if you say you live in Japan, and honestly, I'm not sure it's worth your time. This is easily one of the strangest demos I've ever seen in my life. So you have access to 3 different levels, a boss level, a 2D adventure, and a big, more 3D part, sort of like Sonic Adventure, but each of these can only be played for 60 seconds. So I went through them all several times over to try and get a feel for it, and it is just a dumpster fire. I seriously cannot believe they messed it up this bad. Let's start out with the 3D part. So for this, you're actually playing as Sonic, and ignoring these Japanese tutorials, it's actually a little bit cool. I like the level setup. My problem is that it's so extremely rigid. Your jump height is very, very short. A lot of times when I was just trying to explore, try and find an alternate route, I felt like I had lead boots on. Sonic cannot jump at all. Basically, it seems like the only reason you can even hop is for his dash attack, which also feels very, very scripted almost. When I was using it, if I didn't have somebody homing in on right there, it just seemed completely useless, which is just so disappointing. I really liked Sonic Generations because it was more open, and it gave us more of a sense that we were getting to go around these environments for the first time, and this is like walking down a very, very narrow tunnel. Like, seriously, I don't think I've ever played a game so narrow ever in my life. It honestly feels sort of like a cell phone game or something, where there's all this cool stuff in the background that you just can't interact with. I will say that I do like the scenery. I do think that so much about the art is cool, and the music is fantastic. The problem is, when I'm slide dashing into stuff or trying to hop over a barrier, I feel like, I don't know, I'm made out of cement. Now, let's move on to the boss fight level, because this is actually something I did love. It felt so much like a classic Sonic boss fight. It's just you and Eggman. He's flinging all these different rocks and boxes at you, and you can deflect them back in order to hurt him. It's a simple cycle, but even in the 60 seconds I was going against him, I was actually really liking it. It felt like a good homage to classic Sonic while also still being modern, kind of blending the themes, and that was good. But at the same time, this is just one fight, and they could be a lot better and worse. This one is also only in 2D, so I'm thinking we're probably going to have some sloppy 3D fights as well. Moving on to the strangest part of this demo overall is the 2D level. For this, we're actually getting to see the create a character for the first time. When you select it, it just randomly generates you a character. Like this time I had a guy with a gamer hat on, which is just so cringy I can't stand it. But you can play through this level with 3 different weapons, because that's a big part of the create a character, is that they get to be able to have some level of customization. There's a guy with something that looks like a punching glove that turns people into like frozen ice blocks. There's a guy with a laser grapple hook, which basically makes it where you can do a giant sweeping attack in front of you and take out multiple enemies. And there's also a guy with a flamethrower. Each of these is graphically very appealing. It looks cool, but my gosh, is it extremely rigid. Everything about it is so stiff. I couldn't just actually enjoy it. I'm trying to go through these spots and rack up some kills and maybe collect some coins, but all along, I just feel like I'm just being held back. I can't really get speed, and if you tap anything, you're instantly drugged to a halt. What the heck kind of Sonic game is so slow? No matter what level I was going through, either 3D or 2D, I kept feeling like I was stuck. No matter what, just trying to get up some freaking velocity and actually go the speed of sound, which Sonic is famous for, seems to be impossible. I really don't understand why they did this. It's so disappointing to go through this demo now after already having played so much Sonic Mania. I consider myself primarily a 3D Sonic fan. Sonic Adventure is obviously my favorite game of all time in the series, but this is just so weird. Whereas Sonic Forces was trying to take what we loved about the past and bring it forward in a new way, this seems like it's trying to grab a bunch of little pieces of undone ideas and glue them together. This felt so true, especially when I was watching watching the weird cutscene. Whenever you play through the demo, at the end, it'll show you this like a bunch of little clips from random scenes throughout all the game, and it looked like such a bad selection of scenes to try and display the best parts of this game. At no point did I get excited. I mean, I love defeating Doctor Eggman. Beating this guy is supposed to be fun, but if I know for a fact that the controls are going to be this bad, I have no interest in doing it. Maybe they'll improve this before the final game. Sometimes demos aren't a great reflection of the total experience, but right now, after playing this demo for an hour, I am just completely dead when it comes to hype. How about you? Did you install this Japanese demo and what did you think of it? Let me know in the comments down below. If you want to bring some positivity to the comments section, tell me your favorite Sonic game and why. I'm actually curious what you got to say. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, share with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. But do me the biggest favor of all and keep dreaming of better Sonic games. My God, I'm gonna go freaking play some Sonic Mania to wash my mouth out. Oh, hi. I'm just working on the next video. If you want to see what it is, go ahead and click this button and you can subscribe. Also, if you click these video links, you can see my latest review and my latest top 10. Now I'm just going to sit here for a minute and wait for you to subscribe. Oh, I guess I could put on these giant glasses. I literally found these on a roller coaster.